Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Rio Grande Center for Spiritual Living. My name is Kamatara, and I'm with the band today with Andrew Cooper and Ken Johnson and A. Johnson, and you'll get to meet the rest of the crew later. We're so glad you're here today, and if that fabulous music didn't wake you up, we've got a little Karen Drucker for you to shake a tail feather and get all jazzed up about today.
For this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for my friend, Spirit, thank you for my friend. Thank you for my friend, Spirit, thank you for my friend. My joyful, wonderful friend. My joyful, happy, wonderful friend. Thank you for my health, Spirit, thank you for my health. Thank you for my health, Spirit, thank you for my health. My blessed, joy, miraculous health. My blessed, wonderful, miraculous health. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This healing day. This healing day. Ooh.
Good morning. Welcome to the Rio Grande Center for Spiritual Living. I am so glad you're here with me today. My name is Reverend Martha Quintana. I am so happy to be the senior minister here at the Rio Grande Center for Spiritual Living. Today we are in for a treat. Our topic is Better Together. We will be talking about that throughout our morning. And helping us with all of the folks, you met the band and music director Kamatara. We'll tell you a little more about them a little later. But we have helping us in service, we have on High Watch, Teresa Greco, Kathy Mathiasen, Julia Washington, Toby Pope, Greg Gardner. We have so many folks helping us holding the High Watch. And when we say we're holding the High Watch, they are praying and blessing all of us as we do this, as we have this Sunday service. Also on audio and technical, running our camera is our very own Annette Martinez. Running the soundboard is our own Mason Cressley. And doing our invocation today is we're now calling her newly minted. She'll stay newly minted probably for a couple months more. And her doing invocation is Carol Helm. So welcome, welcome. Thanks for being here today. So today we are having same thing. We'll have our first here in the sanctuary, the first part of our service here in the sanctuary. And please stay tuned after the talk. There is an announcement I would like to make, and there is a little more that I would like to talk with you. And then afterwards, we will be going to our Zoom room for our social hall. And in that social hall, we'll be able to have a little more of a chat. And it's just been a really wonderful way for all of us to get together. So welcome once again. And with that, wait, hang on. You know what? We have a new mission and vision statement. And I would like you to say that with me because it is just amazing. It's wonderful. So the vision is transforming our world with the power of love in action. One more time, transforming our world with the power of love in action. And our mission is loving all creation through spiritual growth and service, always staying true to our highest self. And here at the Rio Grande Center, we are affiliated with the Centers for Spiritual Living, and we teach the science of mind, which is the study of first cause, spirit, mind, or that invisible essence, that ultimate stuff and intelligence from which everything comes, the power back of creation, the thing itself. So first cause. Anyway, with that, I'd like to invite Carol Helms up to give our invocation. Carol?
Good morning, Spirit. Welcome. Welcome to the place that you've always been, but I see you. I see you now. I feel you inside. I feel you surrounding me, leading me, guiding me, shoving me sometimes. Thank you for that. Thank you for this day, Spirit. What a wonderful way to start our service. What a wonderful way to sense and feel the power and presence of you right here, right now. And so I bring to this day, to this service, a blank slate that we can fill. A blank slate that we can fill with all the good of the universe. That we will hear what we need to hear in this service, that we will feel deeply what it is we need to step out into the world and bring into ourselves, into our blank slate. That we will see the smiling faces, that we will see the good of the universe everywhere that we turn our eyes, everywhere that we open our heart this day. I'm so grateful for the team that puts this service together, for sound and tech, for the wonderful band, for Martha and her message, for each of you being a part and hearing, wanting to know more, wanting to feel more, wanting to bask in the sunlight of the Spirit and carry that with us through this week and through every nuance of our lives. And so it's in a spirit of complete openness, a spirit of fill me, God, that I say, join me, and so it is.
Now's the time for our reading. And today's reading is from the Science of Mind. There's a chapter called What the Mystics Have Taught. So, and if you haven't had a chance to read the Science of Mind and you have plenty of time at home right now, please read it. So right now on page 329, in the second full paragraph, the teaching of the mystics has been that there should be conscious courting of the divine presence. The teaching of the mystics has been that there should be conscious courting of the divine presence. There should be a conscious receptivity to it, but a balanced one. As one of the apostles said in substance, that he would rather speak 10 words with his understanding than 10,000 with confusion. God is not the author of confusion, but of peace. Unlike the great psychics of the ages who have been more or less confused, the great mystics have been intensely and preeminently sane people, sound people. Thank you. With that, I'd like to turn our service over to our band. Kamatara?
Thanks, Reverend Martha. And we'd like to take this chance to lift you a little higher and higher. It's a little hint, little Jackie Wilson.
Your love lifted me higher than I've ever been lifted before. So give it up with my desire. I'll be at your side forever. You know your love keeps on lifting me higher and higher. You know your love keeps on lifting me higher and higher. Now once I was downhearted, disappointed was my strength. But then you came in and soon departed, and you know he never showed his face again. Cause your love keeps on lifting me higher and higher. You know your love keeps on lifting me higher and higher. I'm glad I finally found you. 'Cause I was in a million friends, and I wish my love arms around you. When you stand up in that faithful, you know your love keeps on lifting me higher and higher. You know your love keeps on lifting me higher and higher. Ooh, keeps on lifting me higher and higher. Your love keeps on lifting me higher and higher.
Wow. I love that note. Oh my God, that was great. Okay. Good morning. Again, today we are talking about Better Together. I'm Reverend Martha Quintana, the senior minister here. And our talk is called Better Together. I am a proud citizen of the planet Earth. I am a proud American. I am a proud New Mexican. I love our city, Albuquerque. I am proud to be I'm proud to be from where I was born. And it is this pride that allows me to move forward in the best way that I can. For as I move from this pride, from this idea of our community, allowing myself to be one with the community, it is in that community that I allow myself to be the very best person that I can be. I have no control over what other people do. I have no control over what they think or how they are, but I certainly can cultivate how I react to it. And it starts with believing in the self, believing in my community, believing that there is that something more. A few years ago, I think it was about 2013, I was really called to go to the UNM at the University of New Mexico. Every summer, there is a 2-week conference on curanderismo. The curanderos are indigenous healers. So anyone who is an indigenous healer is considered a curandero or curandera. And so I was driven, really called to be there by Spirit. And at the time, I was massively busy. Our center was only 2 or 3 years old. We had a lot going on. My mother had just fallen ill, and I needed to care for her, so I was very involved with her care. And so, in the middle of all of that, I'm called to this conference, 2-week conference, and I was intensely interested, but I couldn't go. So I told Spirit, you know me, you know what's on my plate. Why are you asking me to go? You know what's going on here. And so still, I was driven. So the very last day, that was the deadline for registering for this class, I dragged one foot over to the computer. I sat down and I registered for the class. And the message popped up that the class was full. Sorry, class is full. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, Spirit, I did what you asked. The class is full. So leave me alone. Got stuff to do. And so literally about 6 hours later, I got another email saying, good news, more seats have opened up in the class. So obviously I had to go. And the other part was, and this was where the miracle came in, is later that night, I received a call from a home health care group in Taos, which is where my mother lived. And they said, and this was unsolicited from me, they said, under your mother's insurance, she has a month of respite care. So not only did I have time to go, but my mother was taken care of too. So when I went, I paid very close attention because I was called to be at this conference. And so what was it that I wanted to learn? What was it that I needed to know at this curandera and from the curanderismo, from the curanderos? What did I need to know? And here's what I found out. I'm going to compare it with Science of Mind and to talk a little bit more and why it feeds into Better Together. In Science of Mind, we believe that every person is whole, perfect, complete. We're made of a perfect idea. But for some other idea that comes in, we would continue to manifest whole, perfect, and complete, but for this other idea that's in there and overshadowing it. So it creates an unbalance in the person, and it may manifest in disease. It might manifest in something emotional, something going on in the person's environment. Whole, perfect, complete. So I get to this conference, and what I hear the healer saying over and over again, the community is whole, perfect, and complete. But for some person who has fallen ill, the community would continue to be whole, perfect, complete. So the role of the healer in the community is to heal that person who has fallen ill so that the community can continue to be whole, perfect, complete. And so that is the importance of Science of Mind in our world. Each of us who are healers, each of us who are accessing the divine mind, that mystic, the sane person. Ernest Holmes was very preoccupied with us as everyday mystics. And the way he defined a mystic was somebody who was balanced and sane. Now, it's easier said than done. It's sort of like, well, that's not hard. Well, sometimes it is, especially when we have a world right now that is so defined in tribalism. Some people are saying, I'm not that. Oh, I'm not that. There is a division that is going on in our community. And unless we begin to heal that unless we begin to pray for each other in a way that gives rise to that something more, there is no way that we can have a whole, perfect, complete community if we maintain ourselves over here. So then you might say, Reverend Martha, what is it? What is the purpose of community? Why is it that we really want to come together anyway If I'm whole, perfect, and complete in myself, why would I want to come out into the community? And here's why. If you were sitting in the sanctuary with me, I might indulge in a little question answer, but lucky you, you're in your living rooms watching this. So I'm going to give you the answer. The answer is the reason that we are in community is for evolution, for creativity. When we are in each other's space, if we are whole, perfect, and complete, then our humanity begins to evolve. We become that something more. We are creative in each other's eyes, in each other's company. When we're in community that is whole, perfect, complete, we begin to believe in the self, because what I see mirrored back in your eyes is that perfection. I remember who you are. I remember who you are. And when I believe in you and you see that perfection mirrored in my eyes, then I remember who you are. And it becomes this beautiful hand in glove relationship that begins to evolve our humanity. And it cannot evolve until we begin to put aside the illusion that somehow we are separated. Because what happens is when we are separated, when I say, I hate someone, when I say that I am against that, or I am not for that, then I create a division inside myself. When I allow myself to pray for that person, because I know that they are not sane. I know that they are imbalanced, or they're hurting, or they're ill, or there is something that is not quite right there. That is when I become the channel for peace. That is when I become a channel for the balanced community. For each of us is that. And we are better together. We are stronger together. If I'm isolated in my home, allowing myself to think thoughts that are not beneficial to me or anyone else, then I'm not as strong as if I'm in my community. One thread can be broken. But when I have a big bunch of threads together, it becomes harder to break. If I'm a string of wire, I am more easily broken than if I am woven with the rest of the community. That tapestry, the tapestries that are woven, the threads are vertical and the weaver weaves horizontally and pushes it in. Weaver weaves horizontally and pushes it in. When I weave with my community, the picture that I'm able to achieve is amazing. Yes, we must be for something and against nothing. We must stand together for that vision of evolution. We must stand together for that knowing that each of us is whole, perfect, and complete. And that if the community is not whole, perfect, and complete, that we begin to pray for each other, that we begin to include each other in the ways that we can. For truly, we are better together. There is a New Thought author named Noni Brooks, and she writes, since unity is the basic principle of universal expression, let us base our living, our thinking, and our doing upon this law. When we live true to basis, the hard experience of the external passes away, and our days grow restful, free, and full of joy. That which we experience in the spirit of unity cannot limit us. That which we experience in the spirit of unity cannot limit us. And the spirit of unity doesn't mean that we're all the same. The spirit of unity means that I honor you. I honor you as part of my community. I am proud to be part of this community. I am proud to be part of a world community. There's a movie from the 70s called Harold and Maude. And if you've not if you've not seen this classic film, you should see it sometime. Anyway, it's about a 20-something-year-old man who is in love with an almost 80-year-old woman, and they're just wonderful together. So one night after being at a party and having a really good time together, they're sitting on the beach after all of that, and Harold turns to Maud and says, "You're very good with people, Maud." And she says, "Well, they're my species." We are our species. Can we bless each other? Can we allow each other to be part of community? For each of us in Science of Mind are healers. And just as we know and believe in ourselves and heal ourselves, we can do the same for someone else by thinking the grandest thoughts of them, by praying for them that they might have everything that we desire, by praying for them that our world is coming to a place where it is sustainable. Our earth can sustain us in the way that it needs to be sustained. These are our thoughts. Today, we are better together. Today, allow yourself, us, to be members of a community so strong that we can rely on each other. That is important. So this week, for your homework, because you know you always get homework, please bless everyone you meet, and especially bless the people you don't think you like. It could be a family member, community member, a member out in the greater world, but just bless these people, for it is a good day to be whole, perfect, complete. Namaste. It is time for our prayer, and I would invite all of the practitioners, wherever you are in the world, to please stand with me as we say this prayer. There is one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is the life of every person on the planet. It is the life of every animal, plant. It is every life, everywhere. And I am one with this life. I am one with it, for I cannot be separate from it. I am one with it in every way that it is: love, peace, grace, joy, happiness, beauty, truth. I am one. And as I know this for me, I know this for every single person who is watching right now, everyone who is yet to watch, and everyone who is part of our community and our greater communities. For each of us are born of that one great love, of that one great joy and happiness, peace and truth, all of us, one with it. And today I affirm and declare a great healing in our communities, a great healing that allows all of us to come together in ways that we have not, to come together in the way of joy and love, that this illusion of separateness falls away from our eyes, and that we are able to look at each other, at brothers and sisters, knowing that whatever happens to the least of our brothers and the least of our sisters is happening to me. And so each of us live and move and have our being in that one living source. And we are each healed. I affirm and declare healing, beauty, truth. I affirm and declare health and joy. For each of us are stepping out into that something greater. Each of us are part of it. No person left behind. And I give thanks. I give thanks for standing with a mighty community who is for everything and against nothing. I give thanks for every member of the community that calls themselves part of the Rio Grande Center for Spiritual Living. I give thanks for this community. I give thanks for its longevity and the fact that it is slated to be here until our great, 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 great grandchildren. I am so grateful. And so it is with great gratitude that I release my word, knowing it cannot come back to me void, knowing that as I've spoken, it is done. and so it is. Thank you. Ah, thank you so much. Now is the time during our service where we share our abundance with each other. So please give generously. Giving's been down a little bit in this pandemic time. And so if you can give that something more, I so appreciate it. There is the number where you can text is being scrolled across the bottom of the screen. You can give by PayPal, go to our website, and I so appreciate you. So if you would just say with me the affirmation of abundance. I am abundant and I give from my abundance. I am blessed and I give from my blessings. My blessings of spirit are as abundant as the stars, and so I give and receive generously. And so it is. Thank you so much. And with that, I turn the service back over to our band for that second song.
Thanks, Reverend Martha. So Ken found this nifty little tune. It's from 2005 from an Australian artist. I've never heard of him before, Ben Lee. I know I'm not cool, but oh, you didn't know either. Okay, so he's making me
It's a
feel
great
better.
song.
But it's a really great song. And once you hear the first verse, you're going to hear that there's a line just for you to sing. And the words are really easy. It's, we're all in this together. So listen to the first verse. And then from there on, you'll know right when you sing it really loud when it's your turn. Okay.
I woke up this morning, I realized we are all in this together. I started smiling, cause you were smiling, and we're all in this together. I'm made of atoms, you're made of atoms, and we're all in this together. And long division just doesn't matter, cause we're all in this together. Saw you walking in the city, and we're all in this together. The city's changing, cause we are changing, and we're all in this together. Every 12 seconds, someone remembers that we're all in this together. In the kitchen of your rent-controlled apartment, we're all in this together. Come on, baby, I don't mean to rush you. I only wanted to reach out and touch you. I've got to start to open my heart. Know you think about jumping ship before it sinks, but we're all in this together. Ask a scientist, it's quantum physics. We're all in this together. And on the subway, feel like strangers, but we're all in this together. I love you, she loves her, he loves him, and we're all in this together. You know, baby, there's never been protection, and all the history of human connection. Come on, darling, alright, show me you don't ever need to be lonely. Once you start, open your heart. crying. I started crying, 'cause we're all in this together. And then it's a big decision, 'cause we're all in this together. 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 We are 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 all in this together.
Oh, thank you. Beautiful. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you for your donations. I bless them all, and know that every dollar that you put in the basket goes out and multiplies a millionfold to do our bidding. That this message of Science of Mind is traveling the world around, allowing people to know that truly each are whole, perfect, and complete. And likewise, every dollar flows back into the coffers of the giver and allows each giver to know that that generosity allows each to have a million trillion fold in their personal coffers, that you might know that abundant life as well. Thank you so much for your donation. So if you're new today, welcome. I appreciate you coming to be with us during our service. Please stick around, go to our website, contact one of our practitioners. We have a group of people who are trained to know the truth about us, that perfect, whole, complete truth about us. And so if you're feeling less than whole, perfect, complete in any area of your life, please call one of our practitioners. We are healing the community. And so allow yourself to have that gift. So finally, I have an announcement. I've spoken with the board, and I spoke with our leadership yesterday. And what I want you to know is that I was offered last Friday, not this past Friday, but the Friday before, I was offered and I accepted a part-time position called Global Services Coordinator with Home Office with Centers for Spiritual Living. What I spoke with the board about is that in addition to accepting that I am retiring from my position as senior minister of the Rio Grande Center effective the end of February 2021. So it gives the community time to organize and to make a decision about who they would like as their new senior minister, what the process might be, that sort of thing. And so I spoke with leadership yesterday, and they're now in the process of putting together a process that our beautiful community can search for a new senior minister. So anyway, I'm here until February, and truly I'm not leaving Albuquerque. So I am around. I am forever a member of the Rio Grande Center for Spiritual Living, and it's time for an evolution in our community as well. So thank you for everything that you do for our community. Thank you for becoming active, so getting involved actively. Please contact Brett Beatty, who is our president, or any member of the board, if you would like to be a part of this, because our center is only as strong as the membership. So thank you for everything you do. And to that end, we're still looking for board members, board of trustee members. And so thank you very much. All right, it's time for our benediction. And so I know in this moment that every person is blessed, that blessing is a blessing of gratitude from the planet itself, knowing that each of us are here by divine appointment. And I'm so grateful for that. So grateful for this time together on Sunday. So grateful for the social hall that is yet to come. So grateful. And with the knowledge that that Holy Spirit that animates each of our bodies goes out before us now, making clear and smooth our ways, making those crooked places straight, healing our community and allowing us to be better together. And so it is.
I see trees green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. And I think